This is Fox 29 Sports in 1 minute.
Good morning, I'm Danielle Dwyer. The Eagles are waking up in Chicago this morning as they get ready to take on the Bears tonight. And every player is looking forward to something different. Regardless, he gave us plenty to talk about, and after spending all of like 5 minutes with the Washington Redskins, Jackson says he sees a big difference between Eagles fans and Redskins fans. The Eagles recovering after their first game of the preseason, and Nick Foles looking shaky against the Bears. Although it's been 2 years since he's played in the league and he's still dealing with injuries, outfielder Grady Sizemore will make his way back in a major league lineup tonight. First inning, Daniel Murphy sends one out to Ben Revere, and he takes a good route and makes the catch. What's happening? Then in the 7th, Chase Utley with the bases loaded hits a grand slam to put the Phillies up 6-0. That would be the final and the first time Cole Hamels has won 3 straight decisions in 2 years. Hello and welcome to our Campus Insider Studios. I'm Danielle Dwyer alongside our college football analyst Doug Chapman. And Doug, we're getting into the stretch of the college football season, and one conference clawing its way back into the mix is the Big Ten. Let's talk Ohio State. What do the Buckeyes need to do to get into the college playoff?
Keep playing the way they are. They talk about the eye test. Ohio State looks like the team right now that's passing the eye test.
And from one brother to the other, Sean Miller and the Wildcats. After going down with injury last season, how will Brandon Ashley's return change the dynamic for Arizona? All right, let's move from the A-10 down south to a team you called out last week as a Cinderella team, Georgia State. They killed it in their first game. They won by 60, but the Panthers fell by 20 to Iowa State. What do they need to do to back up your Cinderella statement?
You kind of put me out on the spot by making my Cinderella team look like a bad choice, Danielle, but this team is still going to be special. Why?
The Eagles' last preseason practice here at Lincoln Financial Field is in the books. I'll tell you what Nick Foles had to say about his upcoming matchup against the Chicago Bears. Will the Shockers shock the nation for the 3rd straight year? Will the Flyers fly past the competition in the dance? And how true will those preseason rankings prove? It was anyone's game in March, and tonight kicks off another hoops season.
The Chicago Youth Boxing Club is a second home to Felix Gonzalez.
It's like a family to me because I know these people for over 4 years, and they're nice to me, and I like training here.
At just 13 years old, Gonzalez is a 7-time state boxing champion, a 3-time regional champion, and last year he took home a national championship title. Gonzalez credits the CYBC with helping him reach this level. He also recognizes the underlying goal of this little village boxing club.
It teaches you discipline. They treat you like family, and they keep you close, and they won't protect you.
That's the reason behind how this nonprofit organization started.
Every teenager is looking to develop an identity. Well, we should develop an identity of work ethic, of excellence, of tenacity. And so our goal is definitely to just give youth a platform to grow in a healthy and individualized, personalized way.
The CYBC started in 2001 and moved to this little village church in 2006. The church houses a full boxing ring, cardio equipment, and a weight room. It works to keep Chicago's at-risk youth off the streets and works to keep them in school.
I like that because, not only that they help you in sports, they help you in school too. I think that they changed a lot of kids' life because it's rather than being out there and probably getting hurt and getting into bad habits, they can be in here training and being disciplined. It's better to be in here than in jail. It's better to sweat in here than bleed out there.
For Windy City Webcast, I'm Danielle Dwyer.
'Tis the season to be fired, or I guess to be hired. Welcome to our Campus Insider Studios. I'm Danielle Dwyer alongside our college football analyst, Doug Chapman. And Doug, we closed out the regular season. We're heading into the conference championships, and the coaching carousel has begun to spin. Here to talk Gurley's return and the big game in Georgia this weekend is our insider, Dave Miller, who joins us via Skype. Dave, Gurley ran for more than 770 yards and averaged 8.2 yards per carry before his suspension. Can we expect to see Gurley pick up where he left off? Another one of your teammates, Jalen Strong, has been grabbing headlines too this season. Many believe he's got first-round talent if he were to choose to leave early. You get to go against him every day in practice. What makes him stand out to you?
He's a great player.
We'll get our first look at Jeremy Macklin since returning from his torn ACL. Macklin has yet to miss a day of camp, and so far he's shown no sign of hesitation. On the other side of things, the Eagles' top free agent pickup is looking and sounding as good as advertised. Malcolm Jenkins has already made some suggestions for the defense, noting the open dialogue between the players and coaching staff. And he says he likes what he's seen so far from his new teammates. What does Gordon need to do to elevate himself as a front runner in the Heisman race?
In my eyes, he's already a front runner. You go over 400.
And in Phillies news, they finally made a trade. Roberto Hernandez was traded to the Dodgers for 2 players to be named later. As for Cliff Lee, doctors confirmed he will not need surgery on his elbow, but plenty of rest instead. As for the series finale last night against the Astros, Sean O'Sullivan came in from Toledo to replace Hernandez after the trade. He allowed 2 home runs in the first, giving the Astros a 3-0 lead. But that would change in the 8th. Phillies down 3-2, 3 on, 2 out for Ryan Howard, and he hit the grand slam. Phils go ahead 6-3, part of a 5-run 8th inning, and they win it 6-5 the final. Moving to the Pac-12, Arizona returns Brandon Ashley, who went out with injury last season. But are the Wildcats better or worse than last year?
They don't really change that much because Stanley Johnson will fill in nicely for Aaron Gordon.
College basketball in full swing, and Kentucky is off to a hot start. A perfect 3-0, and the Wildcats have outscored their opponents 228-137. Hello and welcome to our Campus Insider Studios. I'm Danielle Dwyer, and joining me to talk about the Wildcats in more detail is our Kentucky insider, the voice of the Wildcats, Dick Gabriel. Dick, only 1 week into the season, Kentucky has already proven why they deserve to be #1. If you had to point to their biggest strength, what would it be? Bring in the triple threat of Brandon Whedon, Joseph Randall, and Justin Blackman, and you have an upset waiting to happen. We take the final game of the regular season to Stillwater, Oklahoma, December 3rd, 2011.